Alright, it is time for the final qualifying run I have here at Suzuka, round 2 of the GT4 World Challenge. New position on the camera. Kind of not really liking how it's cutting. That might be better? Nope, now it's cutting to the top of my head. That's probably about as good as it gets. Alright, new microphone today because we're using the headset microphone. Alright, super low fuel. Here we go.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Alonso could be a problem. He is slower. 2 seconds off. I'm like 8/10 off the next car. This is a bizarrely wide gap today between the haves and the have-nots. I think that'll come up a lot. There's really kind of 4 very strong cars in this field: Aston Martin, Mercedes, McLaren, Porsche. And if you're not in them, outside of the occasional track that'll bring a Camaro or a BMW or a KTM to the fore, or we have none, but I'd say Ginettas. Who is that behind me? Do I want to get out of their way? It's Guillermo. He is ahead of me, so we'll give him the inside line there. Go, 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 Guillermo. Go. I don't know why he wasn't taking the line. I'm very puzzled now. That's ruined your lap. Alright. Well, tires are not up to temperature yet. Having some problem with the temperature at the fronts, and also the brakes are getting very hot. They get yellow at times. So we'll see what happens as we Joe very wide in 130R. Arguably the most famous turn on this track and in Japan. Warm here. Jesus. It's always warm because of the corner that I'm tucked in here. Okay, so lap time I have right now is slow in the Degner area and fairly quick everywhere else. Tires are more or less in the zone heat-wise. That's good. Really gotta shave my shaggy beard here, which will be happening tomorrow. Alright, so this is the area that I think we can make up a lot of time, the Degners. And I did. Not as much as last time, but was that like 2-3 tenths? Need a good first corner though. First corner is very tricky. I'll get one more lap after this. Top 10. It's also a spot I think I can make up some time. Rick Martel and Trevor Cheney ahead of me, okay. But they're within sniping distance. The other big spot to gain time is coming up here, this last Casio triangle chicane. slight improvement within 2 seconds of pole.
This has been your personal best.
Getting this part right. There we go. 3/10. Beautiful.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yellow flag cleared. Okay, so this is a big area here. Here in Casio. Casio, Spoon, and Degner's are the 3 weak spots on the lap that's up there. Wasn't great. Through the hairpin. Up to 200R. Still doing good. Could be better.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Slight increase through Spoon. Waiting time is up. 278 a lap. I need to remember that. Slow through 130R. Blew it in the 3rd sector. I had it. I had it. I had Martel anyways.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Session is now over.
11th is the best I can do, but I am ahead of Cliff Hemian. That's surprising. That Merc is very strong here. Very strong everywhere. Okay, so let's do some fuel calculations here real quick. Okay. So looking at 134 per lap, 278 fuel per lap.
Ah, fuck's sakes.
Brings it to 53. Let's call it 50.
All right, Paul, Archie, are you guys done trying to snipe me on the very last lap? You guys had my heart in a knot.
56. Let's call 56.
I just couldn't put
Final corner.
I couldn't put a fucking lap together.
I could have had you if I didn't fuck up 130R.
Down 2
Hey, I'll have you guys
seconds.
know I wanted to go eat dinner. So I banged that lap out on my very first flyer and went to go eat.
A stupid question, I know. Is there a pit stop?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and remember, Mr. Brock is slow and will let you pass as soon as he can. If you're coming up on the straightaway, don't let off, because I will let you pass.
Okay.
Hold your line there.
All right. And this is my stupid question. We didn't change the refueling rules from Bathurst, right? Because I know there was a question about that.
What were the refueling rules?
Well, that you could refuel. I know
Oh.
some people he had. We
Yeah,
can
we can still refuel, right? Okay.
Yeah, I plan on refueling. Tires and
That's
fuel.
okay. I'm making sure.
Don't
There's a
worry
little
about
bit of
the
questionnaire
pressure about
type debate, I should say, rather than questionnaire.
Tires,
A little
but-
debate going on after the race.
A little concerned about
Wanted
the
to make
front,
sure
the front heat on both the brakes and the tires, opposite angles, of course. I think the brakes might get too hot, and the tires
Bunch of
are
bullshit.
definitively too cold. So that's going to be interesting.
I gotta learn where my pit buttons are before this race starts.
And yeah, so Swan up front, Rick Benny,
Couldn't put a fucking lap together. It was pissing me off.
Martinez, Higgs. who's
You'll be
like that.
fine.
You've passed like 10 people on the first straightaway.
Yeah, I got Mika in front of me though. Mika's another McLaren.
So
Uses draft, even better.
Mm-hmm.
I do have front bumpers.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. Made of plastic.
All right, Jeff, you want a wild opening lap? Hop on.
You guys need to do your reading up on the rules before the day of the race, boys. Gives you time to think about things.
Man, I wasn't even
Hey,
home until quali started.
Mike, what's the password again?
I think loaded.
30 seconds.
Power on. Don't have to worry about engine map because there is only one in these GT4s. Here we go.
Good luck, everyone.
Remember, these don't
I
get
don't
tire
remember if
blankets.
This is, don't remember if this is widget start or not. I think it is widget start. We'll know sure. We'll know soon enough.
Stay in double file.
Is there a widget or no?
Yes.
It is a widget. That's the one thing I sometimes don't remember. Who's running widgets, who's not running widgets in their series. Whoa, some really big weaving going on from William Murrah.
It's me to go slower.
So start between Martel and Hemian. Martel's McLaren, the Mercedes of Hemion. A little into Martel's lane there. Up on the bumper of Cheney, that's all I can do. Stay below 70. And here we go. Someone's gonna tell me I should have started in first gear.
Car on the left.
Not in this car. The first gear is just so goddamn short. There's a bunch of people come rushing around the outside, braking late. Which, hey, they didn't have a problem, so.
Clear on the left.
Come on.
Car on the left.
Fucking hell, Tobin.
Clear on the left. We've got some light damage on the front.
And Tobin gives me the punch. The pump. Well,
Slow car ahead.
we're coming from behind now. So, well, I get to ponder pit stop now. Do I undercut or do I stay out long? Dave Brock in the wall. I don't think there was anything I could have done in regards to that contact with Tobin. I think that was his fault. That big old Maserati. Mind you, I don't know what was on the outside of him, so it could be just a case of like 3 wide and I am unwittingly part of it. Oh, come on, Justin, you can fight.
Clear on the right.
Just incredible giving me this spot, unless this car is just banged up. Could be. Does beg the question, how damaged am I? 48 seconds. Yeah, so quite a bit of damage. So I think that makes up the mind. We'll see what the pace is. Obviously, I'm not going to pit pre-window opening. We lost a car already. Brock Incredible behind me. Could have sworn we were at 23. Next on my list is Tobin in his Maserati. That car is an absolute devil. It has no traction control and no ABS, which is ridiculous. So the goal lap time is going to be 2:15s. I qualified on 2:14s, but that's low fuel. This is high fuel, so I mean, we'll see. See how much the damage is slowing me down right now. Somebody's got a hot mic. I should really... Tobin off again. Good overtaking spot coming up. That hairpin should be a major weakness for the Maserati. I hope he doesn't fight me too hard, but it's Tobin, and he likes to fight with me, so... Snack a little bit of curb there through Spoon. Who's up ahead of us? That's Caster and Seth Cheney up ahead. Cheney brother number 1. For the longest time, I thought Seth was the faster of the Cheney brothers, but lately Trevor has been stepping up his game. And has been covering himself in glory in the Cheney rivalry. I don't like how they've done the name tags in recent updates. $260, not a fair comparison. I twice ended up having to check up behind Tobin's Maserati, which is losing control a lot. Incredible about 4 seconds behind. Dave Brock way behind, not really a threat at all at the moment. Catching up to Caster. Two more laps and we'll have a option to pit. Really don't like pitting early, but with the damage being what it is, although I don't know, we're 7/10 up. The problem is stuck behind Tobin is going to be a problem, because I'm catching up to slower cars, either fellow Silver Ayrton Tobin, who's wrestling that Maserati around, or the red number-plated bronze drivers, such as Skylar Caster. So, really actually not all that concerned about pace. We're apparently on pace for a high 214, but a 214 nonetheless. This is kind of the gap. This is kind of the time I was thinking would be race pace.
Slow car ahead.
I'm not even pushing like super hard. Caster going defensive against Tobin. Don't think I'm quite close enough to get a
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
a proper Brain, why are you failing me right now? Draft. That's the word I'm looking for. This will be where that Maserati should be at its weakest. basically through the S's here and through the hairpin. Could have stuck my nose in there, but I don't think it would have ended well.
Slow car ahead. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Caster was very slow through there. I don't know if he was letting us through or what. Would have preferred if he just raced it. Next up is Alonso. Oh god, that Maserati is a bitch to pass because you don't trust what it's going to do on any given lap. Like, who bobbles it at a spoon? And he just bobbled it. It's not like Tobin's a bad driver. Tobin's a solid driver. It's just that car is the hardest GT4 to drive. We can debate. Debatably, it's one of the worst. I'd say it's between it and the Ginetta. KTM is also kind of weak, but at the same time, it has some tracks where it's absolutely very strong. This is actually kind of one of them. As we did see, I think Swan is still in the lead, actually.
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 2.
Yeah. So do I pit? Next lap. We're approaching the quarter mark.
Pit window's open.
Quarter mark hit. This is the problem. I don't really know. I'd like to, play with some fuel calculations, but I don't really have them because I've had some bizarrely low fuel laps. The first one's always a bit low, and then
Car on the left.
all right, Tobin's out of my way. I can go. This opens up options now. Let's see what we can do pace-wise here. I'm still unsure if I want to come out of there in 4th or 3rd, but I think the answer is 4th. 4th allows you to maintain more speed through the early part of Spoon.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Flag out. I think that's Belodi. There's Burger King car. Be taking a track cut there. No track cut? No time get. Okay, that is surprising. That also took away the pit stop option. Shift down the gear lower there, so it's gonna cost me some time. This is, I think, the first on board I'm uploading with the new rig, by the way. Still working on pedal position. I have an idea to use the rounded pedals maybe to try to fix some of the problems with it. Right now they're in GT position, and they feel too far away from me, but the formula position is too close to me.
There's a slow car up ahead.
gap back. See, the problem is that if I pit, yes, I'll get rid of the damage, but I'll have to deal with Caster, Credible, Tobin again. And I just, I don't want to. I really don't want to. Trini is 8 seconds ahead. This is Alonso trying to catch up with. I can't tell if it's the damage that's causing me to be slow or if it's the just bad driving. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, let's get in the pit stop. Hopefully didn't go too slow there. Or too fast there. Somebody is in the pits, or is that Wentworth's car? I don't know. So we'll be going up to 51 liters. We've used up... Yeah, not enough. Yeah. Alright, let's get this done. Justin Swan in the pits. So a couple of guys in the pits. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Alright. Well, let's get it fixed. Let's get it fixed and see what we can do, I guess. Hopefully did not get a speeding in the pit lane penalty there because that was kind of close. Alright, Swan rejoin. Caster came into the pits as well. So I'll probably slip to last outside of David Brock. There's Caster getting the jump on me because I have a big chunk of damage to fix. Power back on. And let's go.
Come on, let's go. Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
A little slow getting out of the pits. That is, oh, that is Dave Brock ahead of me. Oh boy. Alright, well, first order of business is the tires, because there are no tire warmers in GT4. You can see how blue my tires look. Blue is cold, dark blue is very cold. For those not familiar with the game. I'd still say the pit stop in this race is a little silly, but oh well. I get to make use of it, I guess, this time. So, came out ahead of Belodi. He's done his pit stop. So that's legit. David Brock up ahead is not pitted. Caster has. Need to at the very least catch up with Caster. That's the loss of the pit stop. I basically have relegated myself behind Caster again. And I don't know what to make of that. I haven't raced against Caster a lot. He's a new guy to the ESR community. Brock struggling through. Spoon. Oh, come on, Brock. Don't do this.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
See, that wasn't a blue flag. You don't need to do that. Ugh. I also wasn't going to be on him there. It might have been like Casio Triangle when I was on him, not 130R. pits, closing in on Caster to the tune of about 2 seconds. So that one should be easy when the time comes. Way too much fuel, ironically. Mostly because I think I'm probably going to lose a full lap. Matt Higgs in the lead in the McLaren after all that complaining. Down to 7 seconds to Caster. Not really sure if I'm going to catch anyone else who's pitted, to be honest. Hemian's like 20 plus seconds up ahead, and I mean, faster than him? Yeah, but I'd have to make up an absolute boatload of time. Somebody in the pit lane. Oh, that's Wentworth. Surprised he didn't just join as a spectator, but okay. A little clumsy. That's the time. Hoping for a 2:14. 2:13 too. Wow. All right. So the early pit was probably the way to go. Not really worried about tire life, so that's not really a huge concern. But breaking out the champagne here, boys and girls. Not sure if anyone hasn't pitted or if this is pretty much just it. Hunt down Caster, and that's the race. That's gonna be disappointing, but hey, that's what happens when stuff happens on lap 1. My fault for, I guess my fault for not taking turn 1 aggressively enough to be up with the people ahead of me. And instead I fell into the back of the mid-pack. And then had contact with Tobin's Maserati. Hemian's running more or less the same pace as me. Someone else is in the pits. It's Alonso.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That'll be a warning for sure. I'm going to talk with Caster after this race. That's twice he's behaved very bizarrely. And, I mean, like, Brock at least... Brock I disagree with just because I think Brock should fight for position. You don't get better as a racer at wheel-to-wheel combat if you avoid it. Someone's coming back through the grid. Someone's coming back through the grid. I mean, I guess he hadn't pitted, so I guess that'd be the one thing. But I don't know. I'm gonna have a talk with Caster. That's two. That's both times I've overtaken him that things have gotten needlessly weird. And having a bad lap here. When I need it, I need to catch Alonso. I'm gonna bang up at I think it's Hemian that's the hot mic. I wish the recording would capture the Discord overlay.
Holy shit.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
What's up with this? This lap has been terrible.
What's that?
Incredible in the pits. That's another spot for me. Higgs needs a smack about his voice comms. The voice comms are here for apologies, some particular
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
moments. Yellow flag ahead. It's I think it's Brock again. No, it's not Brock. That's Tobin. So that's 16th place for me. Still a bad race. Qualified 11th in a very small field. Still finding my butt getting very, very uncomfortable. Maybe swap over to the other cushion I have. This was a problem before the rig, so I can't say it's the rig's fault. Just a defective butt. Man, I really cannot keep up with that 13.2. That came out of nowhere, and I'm not remotely able to match it. So that one will go in the one lap wonder Hall of Fame for sure. Pace with Alonso, but that's it. Time is not super short, but it is when you're off the boil and just not really bringing it. Awkward spot to catch David Brock. Any blue flagger.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Let me through. Not gonna complain about that, but caught about a half second on Alonso this lap. Either that or it's just the fluctuations of the clock. We did start about 9.5-ish. I think it was below. It was like 9.2, 9.3 or something. Pretty good lap going. Slow third sector. Alonso did a 2:15.1. I did a 14 flat, so about a second a lap. Problem is, that's not good enough. Only have about 6 laps to go. And way too much fuel. I don't know what's up with the fuel. Idea. I mean, pace has been a little off, but not that off. Gotta double check my calcs on this one because I got it very wrong. I mean, I know I went, you know, +1 lap as per usual. About to close, so anyone who hasn't pitted is in for a penalty.
Pitting window is now closed.
There we go. Hopefully everyone got their pit stop in. Team 8 for Alonso, so only about a half second this time. This could be another subpar result in the GT4s at this rate. Say I did anything specifically wrong. There's been some minor mistakes throughout the race, of course. Some bad laps here and there. Kind of, you know, back there would be an example. Credit to the tires, they've held up better than expected as far as heat is concerned. Still not out of the question catching Alonso and Cheney, but you figure the time it'll take to catch them and then overtake them. I don't think so.
Yellow
surprised that gave me a warning number 2, to be honest. I'm not gonna disagree. I've just seen a lot of cars go wide there and seemingly not face any punishment or repercussions. So about 1.2 seconds faster than Cheney, but not making much headway on Alonso. Hopefully they get into a fight. In fact, well, I can see them now. Up ahead. If I can put together... It's just that I cannot find any way to match that third sector I did on the 13-2. Like, it's just... It's been a sector that I've not come anywhere remotely near. The rest of the lap I can more or less mimic within a couple of tenths. But we're losing like a half a second in the third sector. I can't blame anything. The car is, we'll go with relatively undamaged. I mean, maybe there's like a little bit of floor damage, but it's not showing up in the pit stop menu. Wait, where? I just suddenly... Did we suddenly lose Cheney? I think we did. I find myself in 14th. Lost a fair number of people, actually. We're down to 17 running cars. Wow, he was slow. If he can keep doing that, maybe I got a shot, but I think even then, not really. I need him to make a mistake. I need to make up more than 2.5 seconds a lap. And I just don't think that's gonna happen. Even that last lap he did, I only made up about 2.2. And that was a notably bad lap from him. Like, he's not normally doing 2:16s. Catching Hemian, but not, 20 seconds is not going to randomly come out of here. Right there. Track cut, at least. Is he out of gas? There's something about Alonso's car that to me suggests he's running out of fuel. Because he's, I don't know, it just looks like he's going slow. It's like he's coasting through certain sections. I mean, 15.6, not terrible by his standards. At least as far as I know. Fastest I've seen him do is a 14.8. So it's only 8 tenths off. But it's just that I'm kind of catching him at some odd spots. As my car is getting very twitchy. Which happens under lower fuel scenarios. Although I'm not even that low on fuel. This thing is just naturally has a lot of twitch to it. That let Alonso pull a little bit of a gap. Up to 14, up to 4-2.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
So I'll go one lap after this. Catching Hemi in at a bizarrely rapid rate. Again, doesn't matter. Could just be he's just taking it slow and easy. As he doesn't really have anyone to compete with himself. Can't say I really co-sign that because, you know, fuel could be coming to play here. We have enough guys that don't do their diligence on fuel and use other people's numbers. It's always funny when someone who's running a completely different car than me asks for fuel numbers, and it's like, why would I know? What did he do? 14.8. So he's back. Okay, so whatever it was, he's back up. Like, you know, slower than me, sure, but as I get a little overcooked into the first turn, it's too much time. 3.3. Definitely is going to need a mistake from him, but I don't know if he knows that. And I don't know enough about Alonso to know how he deals with a car growing in his rearview mirrors. God, this car is really getting very fidgety. I don't know what's up with it. It hasn't been like this all race. Have a winner. I assume that's Matt Higgs. I see the top of a McLaren Pro badge, and I think he is the only one. Kind of uneventful after a first lap collision with Ayrton Tobin. I got off to a bad start. I didn't go into corner one nearly as aggressive as I could have, and probably arguably should have. So, I don't know, comeback drive was fine. I think that with more optimum driving, I could have got Alonso in 13th place, which would have been better, obviously.
Checkered flag, green job, you did the best you could. Now bring the car
Almost back to 90 in safety. The celebratory section of the track, but I like to coast around and see the remainder of the track. Fireworks out. Shame this isn't a night race because there's the big, the big Ferris wheel over there with the pulsing green lights. That's always really fun in the dark, but we didn't get there. Oh, Cole McRae was here today. Didn't even see him.
Congrats, everyone.
Great racing, guys.
Good race, good race.
We'll probably not make it to the end here.
My Camaro has no power. It's ridiculous.
Oh, thank God.
Even in the draft, I just couldn't do anything.
Well, you're
You
trailing.
were
The
quicker.
first 20 minutes of race, you killed me down the straights.
Well, you're a KTM. He's a. There's just more that there's a real hierarchy in straight line speed in this this class.
Oh yeah. No.
And the McLaren
I think I got
is
some pickup
king.
trying to hold. In the straight, it is.
I
I
don't know
think
what
I had
car
gotten
come
some
close.
pickup down the straight, and when I went through the hairpin, all of a sudden the fucking ass just went around on me out of nowhere. Because
Yeah, that
I
was
was
a
holding
shame.
it tight to the right. It is what it is. I'm used to it. I haven't had many chances like that. You never win the first race you lead, so it's fine by me.
Your pace was great, though. It's really a bummer.
The car felt really slidey to begin with, and then after the pit, the car was about a second slower. And I don't know why. I guess I had a little more fuel in it, but it is what it is. I don't think I could have held that pace.
I had a bizarrely way too much fuel at the end. I don't really know what to make of it.
I had like 6 laps extra.
I was using like almost half a liter less during the race for some reason. I don't know why.
I didn't even see the number being all that different for me, but I don't know. I ended up with like way too much fuel at the end, like an extra like 6 laps.
I think my car is faster on low fuel, or not low fuel, full fuel, because I was doing like low 212s early when I just come out of the pits and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean like I know the Audi, for example, becomes very squeamish under 20 liters. That's why I actually qualify on relatively high amounts of fuel, because it just won't balance properly with a near empty tank. Specifically through like the S's, I was really feeling it towards the end of the race.
I really hope they bring the GT4 Mustang from Soar America over into the game.
I thought it would have come because it was fielded in the British GT4 and we got the British pack, but it didn't, so there may be, I don't know, there may be some copyright licensing issue there.
Probably waiting that as a bonus with the Soar America tracks.
Maybe.
I don't know why they wouldn't have if they brought SRO America, I think it is licensing issues, because with the SRO America, you get like the Sin R1 GT4, the Panaz, so maybe we'll get those.
Maybe I'll just remove this.
I haven't seen any Passage Panos in the GT3 or 4 races that I've watched.
Yeah, the Sin R1 has been there before.
It raced last year.
The replay.
At I can't remember where, but it was I think Road America.
Yeah, not in the first race I watched at Sonoma. I'd love to see the touring cars come over. There's like 10 makes and 13 models to choose from.
There is plans for that, but they got to work out the whole physics model for them.
Seems to me there's a Soar French touring car championship too.
There's a French GT4 championship, and I think they just added TC. The class that is TC America is on the card, but it's not called TC America. I think it's called TCX.
So there he is.
Either way, I think that'd be a cool class.
Alright, so he got finished off, but like it's because he's twitching so much.
I'd be surprised if they brought it over with all the makes that they have. I could see him doing like the BMW M2,
honestly.
But I would be surprised if they got down in the weeds and got the Mini Cooper and all of that stuff.
What it is. So a bit of an unimpressive.
Yeah, I could see him, like you said, staying with the newer models in the TC class and not the older ones.
Because no one wants to drive the older ones.
Yeah,
I mean, they did put the Jag in the game.
Yeah, I just think those, like the cars, the obscure cars in that series in TC or TC America are like, there are 2 of those minis. They're not like a mass-produced car, so they would have to literally get with those guys.
All right. So that's all for today.
Well, when they
race,
got the
but
GT4
yeah, I don't know. Interesting
Ginetta,
comeback
they
drive.
actually had to go to the guys that made the mod for AC.
So I don't know. It was not great, but hopefully something can be done. Move this camera over. So there you go.